Hi, I'm Jenny Jewell, a retired emergency dispatcher. Welcome to Call Autopsy, where we listen to a 911 call and I help you break it down. This one comes from Pima County Sheriff's Office, 2017 in Arizona. Reminder what we're looking for, and this is really what we're doing here, is we're looking for the where, the what, the who in the first 30 seconds, which is the golden three. And then right after that, the additional details to keep your responders and officers safe and dispatched and out to the dispatcher in about 1 minute. So there is a time constraint when these go out. So we're going to listen to see how well she did on this, which, again, we'll listen to that together. But then we're going to go over what this call really is. So let's go ahead and get this started here.
Sheriff's Department, how can I help you?
Hi. I don't know if I have the right number, but my husband just came in the house and sent somebody attacked him.
What's the address there?
Buckman, Canyon Drive.
What's the street name?
Buckman, B-U-C-M-A-N.
Buckman Canyon.
Yes, sir.
Does he need an ambulance?
He said he doesn't, and his head's got a little cut on it, but
And what is your name?
Jessica,
And your last name?
Lelevier, L-E-L-E-V-I-E-R.
Okay. Where was your husband at?
In the backyard.
So did you want me to start an ambulance for him just to check him out?
I don't know. He said he doesn't want one, but I don't know.
Does he know who did this?
He definitely didn't see anybody.
I'm sorry, what?
They didn't see anybody. Someone just grabbed him from behind.
Okay. And did the person run off, or how did they get away?
I don't know.
And where's your husband right now?
I have him in the bathroom. I put a look on him.
Okay. So your husband didn't see the person?
No, I didn't.
Okay, and what is your name? I'm sorry, what was your husband's name? Sorry about that. Joshua, same last name? Okay. Are you able to ask him if the person ran off?
Yes, the guy ran off. Does he think they went over the basketball?
Okay. And this just happened?
Yeah. I was asleep and
Okay. All right, well, we have a couple deputies on the way over there. They're coming from, let's see, Old Vail and Colossal Cave. Okay, so they're just down the street. Just make sure you guys keep all your doors and windows locked until we get there, okay?
Okay, thank you.
All right, you're welcome. Bye.
Awesome. All right, so let's go ahead and break this down. And just to give you a heads up, this call is a man asking his wife to call in saying that he was assaulted. So I have some takeaways and some even betters, but let's go ahead and break this down in a technical way.
Sheriff's Department, how can I help you?
So their answer up is Sheriff's Department, how can I help you? Which is great. Leaves it wide open.
Hi. I don't know if I have the right number, but
I don't know if I have the right number. So that's why you gotta the ears should go up. What are they looking for?
my husband just came in the house and sent somebody attacked him.
Okay, so somebody attacked her husband. So we are 9 seconds in and we have a what? Somebody attacked her husband.
The address there.
Buckman Canyon Drive.
What's the street name?
Buckman, B-U-C-H-M-A-N.
Buckman Canyon.
Yes, ma'am.
Does he need an ambulance?
And nice confirmation on that, because if somebody's assaulted, you're going to want to ask that question as early as possible so that if they need to stage somewhere, they can. Or if they need to find an available unit to respond, even if it's something as simple as like a, truck.
He said he doesn't, and his head's got a little cut on it, but
And what is your name?
Jessica?
All right, so now we are 39 seconds in, and we have enough to build a call. We have a where. We actually have the where, and it's confirmed because they went through the confirmation early, which is great. We have a what, which is her husband being assaulted. And we have a who, which again, who the caller is and who the victim is. Now, at 39 seconds in, this would be put in the queue. Then you would go into the additional details to complete the call. So right now we're getting into the CAD.
And your last name?
Lelevier, L-E-L-E-V-I-E-R.
Awesome that she spelled it, because that's not a common spelling.
Okay. Where was your husband at?
We're definitely in additional details. So where was he at is really a great way to phrase that, because where was he at when it happened is a couple of extra words, right? But if that's not clear enough with the way she first phrased it, then yeah, you'd want to add the extra words. And outside. That's really general. That's not very helpful. If you want to know, that's about 80 to 85 words a minute she's typing.
So did you want me to start an ambulance for him just to check him out?
I don't know. He said he doesn't want one, but I don't know.
Okay, so he does not want an ambulance. But he has a cut on him, but he doesn't want an ambulance. So on this one, I would leave it to the responding officers at this point. I don't know, or the dispatcher. If I'm just the call receiver, I would not make a call on aid if they're saying they don't want it.
Does he know who did this? I'm sorry, what?
Thank you. So I didn't understand it either. You maybe did not understand it either, and I'm glad that she asked the person to repeat it.
They didn't see anybody, someone just grabbed him from behind.
Okay.
So he didn't see anybody. They grabbed him from behind, which is oddly convenient considering what this call actually is.
And did the person run off, or how did they get away?
I don't know.
And where's your husband right now?
All right, so this is great. So we have almost no information about this attack. It's suspiciously empty.
I have him in the bathroom. I put it up at work.
Okay.
And so the husband's in the bathroom, is what she said.
So your husband didn't see the person?
No, I didn't.
Okay, and what is your name? I'm sorry, what was your husband's name? Sorry about that.
Joshua.
Perfect. So this again is the additional details also to get the victim's name. So sometimes the who can be the victim and the caller. But if you need to get the victim's name in there, yeah, that's great.
Joshua, same last name? Okay.
Which is fantastic. So we know what the spelling is because Jessica was awesome and spelled it earlier. So that was great.
Are you able to ask him if the person ran off?
The guy ran off. Does he think they went over the basketball?
Okay.
So this is where, all right, I'm going to step in with what I think would have been an even better. In lots of ways, I would have had the call passed to the victim at this point because they are the one that were attacked. They would have the most information, right? So yes, I would have involved the party that she's now by proxy talking to. So at that point, if you can hear the voice in the background and you know that the victim can speak to you, it's okay to ask them to speak to you to get more information. It's perfectly okay. Um, I've never worked in any center where it was not okay to get more information. More is always better. So, in that point, that would have been an even better. Yes, I'm excited about it. And we'll go over that in a little bit.
And this just happened?
Yeah.
So this is great. So you have to, again, this is still in the additional details. You have to put in how long ago it happened. So she was updating a lot of the notes, as you could hear. I really had to amp the audio on certain parts because the caller was whispering. So as quiet as she is now, I had to jack that audio up because even I couldn't hear it. So, yeah, it still sounds like a whisper even though I turned the audio up.
Okay. All right, well, we have a couple deputies on the way over there. They're coming from, let's see, Old Vail and Colossal Cave. Okay, so they're just down the street.
That's fantastic. Her pre-arrival is just amazingly good. I'm gonna enjoy this last bit here too.
Just make sure you guys keep all your doors and windows locked until we get there, okay?
Okay, thank you.
All right, you're welcome. Bye.
Oh my God, chef's kiss pre-arrival. The pre-arrival is stuff that you tell them what to expect and what to do before you arrive. Like if somebody is having a medical problem, you're gonna want to gather their medications so that EMS can see what they're taking, because a lot of things can be contraindicated or can be, cause problems. So the pre-arrival is amazing. So let's go into what this call actually is. This call is a man who faked an attack on himself and asked his wife to call to say that this attack happened. So the fact that she was whispering, I don't think there was a lot of confidence in that attack. I really had to work on the audio to get it so we could even hear what she was saying. And yeah, this is an innocent person calling in for a very guilty man. So, Miss Jessica, thank you for keeping yourself safe. I'm not really sure that not calling this in would have been a good idea with what happened. So, the person that faked the attack on himself murdered his stepdaughter, which is the daughter of the woman who called. Whispering, not unexpected. If you are doing this to save your frickin' life and you don't know why you're doing this, because again, I would be concerned that he's not calling 911. I would have been wondering why he wasn't the one directly talking to the call receiver. But the fish smells a lot stronger when you talk to the perpetrator directly, right? So that's why, even as snarky as I am, I would have had, because it's important, you got to talk to the victim if they're able to speak. And this is in all circumstances. If you could talk directly to the person involved, it's always better. But it was kind of fishy that we didn't get that. That he didn't want to talk to the, call receiver, but he wanted it called in. I'm going to put information for this case down below. But I'm also going to put a playlist link in there. And at least one video from that playlist. This guy is a real dirtbag. Real piece of work. Thank you, Miss Jessica, for calling in. You very likely saved your own life. Secondly, power to you for getting a divorce. I know how that feels and how that can be. So stand on your own 2 feet. You did nothing wrong. Yes, this is falsified evidence, but it's not because you decided that this is something that you should do. This is something that a perpetrator who murdered your daughter asked you to do. You are 100% okay in my book. And I hope you're doing okay. But with that, guys, please take care. Stay safe. Don't be naughty. And until next time, and I'll post some things at the end.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us. I'm Guy Axley.
And I'm Stella Inger. Tonight, we know more evidence against the man charged with murdering his stepdaughter.
As 9 on Your Side's Craig Smith reports, blood, a computer, and shoes are key parts of this case.
When Jaden Glom was first reported missing, there were theories she might be a runaway. Charging documents against her stepfather, Joshua Lelevier, suggest she did not walk anywhere on her own the day she died. Documents do not mention 13-year-old Jaden by name, but describe a 13-year-old victim found without shoes, but with no sign of dirt or scratches on her bare feet. None of the shoes were missing from the victim's home. Police did find shoe prints where the body was found, and they noted some of Joshua Levelier's shoes were missing and replaced with new ones. There were also theories about suicide before Jaden Glom was found strangled. Police say they found research on suicide methods when they searched a computer in Levelier's house. They determined those searches were done when Joshua Lelevier was the only one in that house. The computer was used to write a suicide note about the same time. The note was deleted 45 minutes after Jaden Glom was reported missing, but police were able to recover it. Then there are the cars. Investigators say they found traces of blood around the cargo area of the family's SUV. It was a DNA match for the victim. Craig Smith, KGUN 9 on Your Side.
Developing later today, a Vail man convicted of killing his 13-year-old stepdaughter, Jaden Glom, will be sentenced. A jury found 39-year-old Joshua Lelevier guilty in November on 8 felony counts, including first-degree murder, abandonment of a body, and sexual exploitation of a minor. Glom was reported missing from her Vail home in May 2017. Her body was found by a construction worker in a desert area about 2 miles from their home. During a search of that home, police found a peephole in Jaden's bathroom and a camera. Lelevier is facing life in prison.